more excited to show you PolyChrome DSP HyperRig Kiesel. I've used this plugin on every guitar on my wall and it sounds and feels absolutely outrageous. It's very cool. It has 3 incredibly versatile amplifiers, starting with maple, and then carbon, and infusion. It has a compressor, a boost pedal, a drive pedal, and a dual mode chorus. There's 15 fully produced speaker chains with room simulation and IR loading capabilities, shape EQ with 9 bands and pre-post switching, a mastering EQ with 4 uniquely shaped bands, a multi-mode delay, and reverb. HyperRig Kiesel also has full Midi control with instant and gapless preset switching, which is fantastic for those performances. It also has wide, which gives your tone that big 3D sound without the latency. For us guitarists, every millisecond of latency counts. So we've worked around the clock to ensure HyperRig Kiesel has the same blazing fast performance as the McRocklin suite. So you really feel connected to the tones. And there's one more thing. We are also launching HyperTune, the world's fastest and most accurate transposer with HyperRig Kiesel. Transposing your guitar with HyperTune, it's unlike anything that you've experienced before. I can't wait for you to try it. It's really, really cool. PolyChrome DSP, the Kiesel family, Kiesel Artists, we've packed HyperRig Kiesel full of presets. So let's load a couple of them up and have a little jam. Let me get my Delos, we'll see how that sounds. Alright, let's load the preset Bubblegum for the clean, and let's use the preset called Mustache Band, and we'll use HyperTune down an octave for the bass. Let's go with Espresso Lead for the first lead, and I Know Arpeggios for the second lead. When you first load the plugin, this is the first preset that you're gonna see. It's the default preset. We have maple, carbon, and infusion. It sounds really, really great in a variety of settings. Put a humbucker on and you don't clip it. You'll notice when you start pushing the gain up, the tubes start to come alive and it becomes a lot more raunchy sounding. I almost immediately want to go into the speaker section because we have room simulation here and just put a little smattering of that on. Just makes all the difference. I love that. I'll crank it up a little bit so you can hear it a bit more. With some chorus, bit of reverb and delay, not too much. Let's check out the Carbon amplifier. So there's plenty of gain without even using an overdrive pedal. Let's check out some of the EQ settings. And then we get to the push parameter, which sends more signal into the amp's power amp stage, and in return gives you these rich overtones and upper harmonics, and also you get more saturation, so you can have a really cool balance between using push for your gain as well as the actual gain knob. Both Carbon and Infusion are absolutely insane for riffs and shred. Infusion has a smoother response compared to Carbon, but you can bring that attack back by using one of the drive pedals. We could take that tone, apply a little bit of EQ to it, turn on wide, and with hardly any work you've got a wall of sound rhythm tone. Turn on the reverb and delay, drop it down 6. And keep in mind, we're just using the first speaker out of 15 here, so the tonal possibilities is absolutely off the charts. Let's check out the compressor because there's more to it than meets the eye. So this amount knob actually controls 7 different parameters all in a single knob. So all of the stuff that you would typically adjust with a studio type of compressor, it's all in that single knob. And it makes it really easy to go from simple tightening like this To really explosive type of compression that is amazing for like selective picking and hammer-ons out of nowhere, and a lot of those kind of modern techniques. So if we just continue to crank it up. Boost works great with all three amplifiers. It can be very, very light, as in just literally like a classic boost, or as you push the gain on the amps, it can really kind of push it into heavy saturation. If you use it on Carbon or Infusion, it's great at really getting those amps singing. Next we have Drive, which is a very modern drive. It's great for tightening things up. Switching back to the clean maple amplifier, let's check out the chorus on classic mode. Right at the end there. Let's try swirl mode. The speaker section is very versatile because you can actually choose which family you want your head to use. So for example, if you're using Carbon, you're like, hey, I want to use the 2x12s from Maple. You can absolutely do that. We have a resonance for the low end and air for the top end, as well as that room control. We also have low and high cuts, very smooth filtering, great for working on your tones in the context of a mix. HyperRig Kiesel also has an IR loader per amplifier, so you can have 3 different custom IRs loaded at one time and seamlessly jump between them. Now what's really cool about this is just right click and load it. Once you've loaded your IR, you also have resonance, air, room, and the filters applied, if you want to your favorite IRs. And then you can save the whole thing as a preset for instant recall later. So it really is a great way of giving your maybe old IRs, some of your favorite classic IRs from back in the day, a new lease of life. So the first EQ is Shape EQ, which is 9 bands. And then the second EQ is your mastering EQ, which is much more gentle. It's very, very good at adding those finishing touches to your tones. As we go back to Shape EQ, it can be pre-amplifier or post-amplifier. So if we load a preset called, I think it's called Effortless. Yeah, there it is. We've got it set in the pre-position and we're boosting lots of frequencies as well as gain into the front end of Maple Amp. You might have some pickups that are not quite bright enough, or you want to just emphasize certain frequencies. So this preset, Dynamic Splits, I'm bringing out those treble frequencies from the Kiesel passive pickups just to give it a little bit more sparkle. So if I turn that EQ off, so it's kind of bringing out that, well, exactly as it says here, that 2, 4, and 8K. And you can go crazy and push all kinds of frequencies into your amp and get those wild metal zone-like distortions. And that's a great way of using Shape EQ with the pre-setting. So delay has 3 modes: a standard mode, which is more like a mono classic delay, and then the ping pong mode right here, and a wide mode at the bottom. So what I love about this delay is it sounds obviously really good. We've got some very, very steep filters on this guy. So that's great for kind of getting that guitar tone in focus. And the delay is more of a filler. But we can also use ducking to get that delay a little bit out of your way whilst you're playing and stuff. So if 43% should be very obvious. So the delay kind of gets clamped down as you're playing. It's a great way of keeping your main playing really in focus whilst using delay. My knob fell off. My knob just fell into my shoe. I think it's always a good sign when your knob eventually reaches your shoe. But for now, I think we'll need it back on the guitar. All of the tones that you've heard today are direct from the PolyChrome DSP HyperRig Kiesel plugin with no additional post-processing whatsoever. I'll leave a link right below that subscribe button so you can check it out for yourself, and also keep an eye out for a deep dive video that I'll do over on the PolyChrome DSP YouTube channel. For now, you have a great day. Thanks so much for checking this out, and I'll see you back here real soon. All right, cheers guys.